Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Talks Machina episode 63, Intervention. We just saw the live stream. We had a lot of chaos. We fought a hobgoblin, a drow, murdered a messenger that was a dragonborn. Not told us to. Not was like, get the dragonborn. I mean, I didn't think it would be a messenger. I didn't think we should run after it like we did, but I also wasn't sure. Not thought she was doing the right thing. We hammered Eldritch Blast through the chest of the messenger, took it down with ease. But hey, things happen. Don't make shady deals in a goblin's house that has an invisible bugbear. But the drow and the hobgoblin were there. The hobgoblin put up a hell of a fight, and I gotta give credit where's due. But we have Sam Riegel and Liam O'Brien with us. I also saw that dude Mark that has been in a guest appearance at least once. I feel like once, maybe twice, but I feel like it was only once. He played a character called Callie. I don't know why he was there, but he did the intro. I saw them talk for a little bit. I don't know if he'll be back in, but right now it's Liam and Sam. I wouldn't have expected anybody other than Sam. I mean, obviously we always got two, but Sam to me was the intricate part of this. I was thinking Ford because of the fact that Ford possibly did the best of anybody in that episode, did counterspell, then was the one that, well, he killed the Dragonborn too, but I feel like Ford was the shining star of that entire episode. But we got Travis at least 2 of the last 4, I feel like. So Sam and Liam, great combination. Let's jump in. We'll see what's up. It's also longer than any Talks Machina has been in 2 months. I don't know if at the end they're going to have Mark come on and talk about something else, but usually Brian will like say goodnight and then jump into something else. But with the 5.5 minutes it took to get to this intro card, it's only an hour and 6 minutes. So I don't know. If Brian signs off and they're talking about something else, I'll jump off. If not, we'll roll with it. Let's see what happens. You want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see every episode of Campaign 2, Patreon Hour. This week there is only a Patreon Hour because we got 50 likes or more in the live stream. We did whatever remained of up to the break. So there is actually not even a full hour for Patreon. I think there's like 50 minutes. That's all there is left. So check that out. Campaign 2, Patreon Hour for every episode. Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Purse of Interest, Legend of Korra, Barry, and Ted Lasso are ending in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, we end both those shows. Possibly the last season of Ted Lasso. Definitely the last season of Barry. Check it out. Link below. If not, Talks Machina, episode 63, Intervention. I'm also wearing the same exact color shirt and everything as I was in the live stream. What was that?
We have some stats from our friends at Crit Roll Stats.
You must start with stats.
Must start with stats.
For episode 63, Caleb cast
Must
his
go faster.
700th spell.
No shit.
700
real?
spell.
700.
Really? I mean,
700 club.
I'm not going to question Crit Roll Stats.
I
this
guess
has to be true.
That's
Wow.
not too crazy.
Gift
I mean,
of alacrity on Caduceus. That was the 700th
Wow, a
spell.
Dunamatic spell was the number 700.
That's a good one.
Dunamancy spell.
Yeah, dude. Do you know what's Dunamatic? Your shirt, Sam.
Yeah, it's not good for
700
camera. I
spells
think it has
in
like horizontal stripes
63
which
episodes.
create that
That's a
moire
bit.
thing.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
the
mean-
People
one
can't even
thing
see
that
me.
they told us
I mean,
do
that
not
is a
wear on the
bit.
show.
That's like on average
gravitational,
12 an
it's too
episode. 13 an episode. More than that. It's a little more than 13 an episode.
Not
And we
rolled
didn't
her
battle in every
40th
episode. That's a
natural
lot.
one
That's
this
a bit.
episode to understand the local sewer system. On brand
An
for
important role.
a Regal character.
Important role. I like it.
Caduceus earned his first How Do You Want to Do This by finishing the Hobgoblin.
First? He's been in it 30 episodes or something.
Oh my God, that
Gentle
is.
giant.
He's such
I
a
had to think
gentle
about it, but I
giant.
guess
he also has bad
that
dice
makes
karma. The
sense. Being
golden
as he did,
snitch
I mean,
is gone,
how
my
crazy is that?
friends.
Yeah.
700
Taken,
spells.
given
first
to
time
Matt
I do
Mercer
this.
and then stolen from Matt
It
Mercer's
feels
bag.
like it's gone from all of us. I don't know what Crit Roll Stats, maybe Crit Roll Stats can weigh in on this, but I wonder if our general average dice rolls have been just of a lower quality this campaign.
Danny Andrew is for
be.
sure going to answer that, so when he does, let us know.
I'm sure he will.
Let us know.
I'm sure that someone from the wonderful group of Crit Roll Stats will be able to figure out the answer
They got
to that
badgers over
question.
there.
Let's
At
do it.
Crit Roll
Let's
Stats,
figure
they
it
have
out.
badgers?
Fucking badgers over
What is
there.
that? What do you mean?
I've met one of
Singing
them.
badgers.
They have
Singing
I
badgers.
apologize if I keep
Okay.
clearing my
I'll tell you
throat.
after the show.
Allergies
Might not
were
be safe for
horrendous today. I never get
Kyle
allergies
with an
anymore.
N, our pal Niall, is the first question of the night.
Okay.
It's horrendous. I have to
For
keep
both
clearing
of
my
you.
throat. My
So Liam,
nose
you
is
can answer
running
this.
into my.
A lot of
It could
drama
also be the
from this
fact that I
current
haven't
arc has
smoked
stemmed
in
from politics and
over
espionage.
2 weeks, and it's
How does
clearing
this
me out
style
as
of
well.
play compare to your local kill the BBEG plot? Is it more or less stressful?
More. Big bad evil guy? Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to attach a gender to it, I don't see why we need to.
Or gal, or they.
Yeah, it could be Goblin.
Goblin, sure.
Yeah, it could be Gary.
Sure.
I know a lot of bad Garys.
Every Gary
lot of
I've ever
bad
met
Garys.
is a fucking asshole.
I honestly
about
only know.
Jerry's?
Jerry's okay.
Growing up, I
but
knew a
Gary
couple
knows what
Garys,
he
but
did.
right now,
How do
I
you
don't.
feel
I
about
haven't
Greg's? They
seen
come
them
in
in
old
half
and
a
new.
lifetime. I know one
Liam,
Gary
answer the
in my
question.
entire
Some
life,
fools around.
and he's an engineer.
It's harder because
At my partner's train yard, like
we
my
can't
business
tell what
partner.
everybody's motivations are. I mean, even in the party,
He's
we don't
a,
know what everyone's motivations are. But
He's a conductor, I think.
we don't
an
know
engineer.
who's
I always
It
get
feels
confused
like
between
both
the two.
sides are playing
They're
each other.
different.
It feels like there must be
He runs
spies
a
on
train.
each side, and it's hard to know what the shit we're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's true. Even, as Liam said, even within the party, Yasha has this strange past that we are unaware of, but it seems to tie into the dynasty where
A lot
we are. and
about
it
Yasha in that
could
episode.
spell
I wouldn't have
danger
been
for us.
surprised if
I
Ashley
don't
Johnson
know
was on,
exactly
but we
what
got
those
her so many
intentions
times,
are.
more than ever.
She seems like she's with us, but she's still got this weird allegiance to the Empire. She seems to want to do right by her spy
Gotta agree with
friend,
that.
Dairon. And then there's all this stuff. I think
The other night on the show, she said she's the BBEG for the campaign.
It's true. Marisha absolutely.
She
confessed.
literally said she let slip that she is the evil.
But Marisha Ray is.
But
Yeah,
I will
that's what I'm
say,
saying.
I will say this: this campaign for me, anyway,
Did she
has
say
been
that? When did she say
It's
that?
way
Is
more
that a thing?
difficult because
She said she's the
because
big
of
bad evil genius of the
vast
episode?
quantities of information.
I mean,
we
it obviously
don't
was
know.
probably
There
a
were
joke, but
surprises
maybe
in
there's truth
campaign
to it.
one.
I didn't
We didn't
hear
know
that. When did that?
everything that was going on.
I
in the
remember
background,
during.
but we knew who the bad guys were,
Right.
and we knew who the good guys were.
I remember during the
And this
episode, I was
time,
talking about
that's
what if
not
one
the
of us
case. We
is
don't
evil.
know.
So gray.
Matt has
it's
set up a lot of
hard.
gray area on his end, and you guys have set up a lot of gray area
Yeah, that's
between
true.
yourselves and in your backstories. That's made a very. That's why the theories this campaign are way more through the roof, because everybody's keeping things close to the vest. But by the time the first campaign started streaming, you know, there were little videos with a lot of your backstories out there.
And this might jump on some questions that are coming up
That's
later.
okay.
But
we can always talk about your shirt some more.
once we have,
let's do it.
I feel like once we
he
have
commented
a
on the shirt
shred
in
of
the intro.
information, just a
I think
tiny
he came-
hint.
I think he
I want
commented
to
on
jump
Caleb's
on
too.
it
I think
just
he
to
commented on
keep the
Sam's.
story moving forward. And so, I personally want to make big, bold decisions based on the small amount of information we're given. As you saw in this past episode, sometimes those big, bold decisions can be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're struggling with consequence in front of us all in a way that we are unaccustomed to seeing.
First time in your life?
Oh, yeah, no, I've had everything handed to me on a silver platter my whole life.
I was talking about the campaign.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Just
me.
the campaign. I mean, I
My
could fucking
God,
talk
Sam.
the internet's ear off about how lily white your hands are
Oh my
in a
God.
separate conversation. But no, I mean, you sort of have danced amongst the raindrops from the beginning
My
of the show
hands
to
are
now.
wrecked.
D&D, yes.
I've been
I
doing
have not
manual labor
experienced
since I was like
this
10
kind
years
of
old.
trepidation, failure, uncertainty.
You were feeling it that night
I don't,
afterwards.
it's rough. I don't. It's hard. I don't like this game. I don't like it at all.
Welcome
you've
to
never played
every day
D&D
of my
before.
life, my friend. You were born with a silver crack spoon in your mouth. Is that what they say?
A silver
Max?
crack spoon?
Told you that was a weird analogy.
A silver
Liam.
crack
Yeah.
spoon.
Patch
Max,
867
it's all
wants
Max's
to know.
fault. Let's play Max.
How exciting is it to be able to use some new magic, especially the spell that gives similar abilities as the Dodeca had? that
Yeah,
you
we
ended
were
up
able
giving
to do a
away
reroll.
in that
The
episode. I
dodecahedron.
hated. Wow, they
The
really went
dodeca.
hard.
Oh, they just
Wow.
abbreviated.
Wow.
Seems a
Wow.
bit excessive. I'm glad we removed it for the feed.
Wow.
Well, Caleb wants more and more and more and more, and I like it because it makes it, Caleb. That's just a little dabble, do you? He thinks
Little
that
dabble, do you?
every little bit of dunamancy
little
he's going to get
dabble,
his
do
hands on
ya?
is going to make him think that
What is that?
the things
Isn't
that
that
he
butter?
still has
I feel like
hopes
it's a
of
butter
doing.
s-
Even though it's
slogan.
like a pipe dream, it's impossible. You can't do the things he wants to do. There's no reason to even tell anyone a plan. There's no plan. It's impossible. Except maybe it's not.
I'm just making sure the volumes are right.
Duty Mancy.
Talks Machina is one of the loudest shows
Duty
I
Mancy.
record.
Duty
I just always got to make sure I got
Whoa,
it.
do you know what?
Honestly, I might
Dudemancy
die
is what's
down a
happening
little.
on this
I
couch
feel like
right
it's
now.
always
Hashtag
way louder than
tonight's
it should be.
hashtag is Dudemancy.
Hashtag Dudemancy.
Dudemancy.
Wow.
Oh, this is why.
Very
Winning.
much a lady in this room right now.
Well, there's also Danny Mancy.
Danamancy.
Danamancy.
I mean, come on.
Dudemancy and Danamancy.
Our Squeef, this is why he gets up at 4 in the morning. It's shit like this. Were you done, darling?
Carcana check.
Our Squeef comment.
Sure,
I
yeah,
love
wait,
it. Always got to
Hold on.
Always got to
He's
talk about
telling
our
a really
Squeef from
bad
time to time.
joke while you're trying to talk.
Go back.
What did you
First
say?
there was the dinosaurs.
Car?
I was making a terrible
Well,
pun
first
with
there was the
Danny's last
dinosaur.
name,
Yeah,
Car.
What is that from?
Make a Carcana check.
First there was the dinosaurs. Is that
I
is that
personally love it
Joe Dirt?
because it's about me.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating because we have 45 minutes of this left. Liam, save us from Sam.
Period.
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 Roll credits.
And that's it. We just fade. Yeah, fade to credits. Liam, save us from Sam.
Dudemancy.
End story.
Sam, Adam Perry wants to know, what made you think the gold dragonborn was the most important one to be captured, or was it more of a let nobody
I
get
think
away
it was
thing?
that.
Yeah, Sam, what led you to that
I think it was
decision?
more so don't let anybody get away
Well,
till we
from
handle
the
it.
little pieces of information
Not didn't
that I
say
picked up in the room.
shoot
I
a
could
bolt through his chest
discern
and kill
from-
him, but-
also from Matt's, from
I
the
mean,
little bit he gave me,
hey.
who was who, and I made two terrible fallacies. One,
The first, yeah.
I couldn't. Was the Dragonborn a female or a male?
Female.
Female.
So I
Yeah, female
didn't catch that
dragonborn.
part going
Okay.
in. So I thought that one of the voices Matt was doing was the Dragonborn, sort of giving orders.
Oh, so Sam misunderstood.
And I didn't catch that the Dragonborn was a female. So I misgendered.
So Sam actually really did misunderstand. I thought it was a more so don't let anyone get away.
Room.
We need
So
to
you
figure this
confused
out.
our fake reality.
If
a little bit,
anything-
is what you're
Did,
saying.
and so I thought,
But I can't even
thought
blame
just
Ford
based
because
on
I
what
wouldn't
the
have thought
voices
20
that
would
I
have
was
killed
hearing
it.
through
20
Matt,
Eldritch
that
Blast
the
killed it, but it's a
Dragonborn
messenger.
seems
It
to
makes
be the
sense if
one
you know it's a
who was
messenger.
more powerful or
Yeah.
giving the orders, and the Drow was the one.
I could see
taking
that
the
because the
orders. But I
Drow
only heard
was
a few
way more
words,
chill
Yeah.
so
and
it was
laid
hard
back.
to make that assessment.
Yeah.
That was
I
fallacy number one.
don't blame
and then
not
fallacy number
for
two,
the Dragonborn.
Was I saw the
stairs.
Dragonborn leaving and nothing happening. I had been in there for a while. Not
Not should have
had been in
followed
there
the
for a
Dragonborn
while,
out,
and
not got
nothing
caught.
had really happened
Yeah.
since, and without being able to communicate what I was seeing, I was worried that they inside were waiting for me to act, and I wanted to give them agency to
I
act.
agree with that too,
Don't
honestly.
leave it up to me to
I
start
thought the
this
same thing.
off.
I agree with
wanted to
that.
give them the
That
power
I
to
feel
say
like
go.
they wouldn't have
And
acted without
I
not
really-
reacting.
when I did that, I both exposed myself and I gave Liam
The only
a
mistake.
terrible job because he had to take my suggestion.
Yeah.
Because we are a
Yeah,
team.
because
Caleb
all
and Nott.
Liam's getting is
Caleb listens
stop
to Nott,
that
Nott listens to
Dragonborn.
Caleb.
Clearly,
We
this
don't know
Dragonborn
why.
has some
We
piece
don't
of
know
information or some
who it
object.
is. Yeah, it
or
could
is
be
the-
anything.
Solely responsible
But
as some secret
all
commander.
of that I'm
Gotta
okay
stop.
with.
Yep.
I just think
But
Nott should
really,
have walked
as I was
out
saying before,
after the
this
Dragonborn,
moment,
not
I feel
stayed
is a
on the
metaphor
stairs
for the whole
and risked getting
campaign.
caught. I don't think
We
Nott
are
should even
acting
went
with
up the
very
stairs,
limited
but
information.
got lucky enough
and we are
to
making
stay around that
sometimes
long.
bold decisions, giving over the dodeca.
That was a simple decision.
Dodeca.
Sure, but
That
it was
was
bold.
live or die.
It was
Sure,
bold.
but it was live or die.
But now turning over information to the Bright Queen, these are bold decisions we're making with not a lot of information, and sometimes you
Look at
just gotta
Liam.
go
He
with
looks
your
like he's
gut.
got a lot to say.
And sometimes your gut is wrong.
Okay, so I'm thinking he's.
He
had
looks like
some
he's got a
stairs
lot
day
to
come
say,
up
and
with
he's
this.
literally
I'm
zipping his
thinking, am I
mouth with his
buying
own
it?
fingers.
I'm checking in with how do we feel, gang? Are we buying this, Max? Do we feel good about it?
Are you inside checking Sam? Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
yeah. I'm just.
As Sam's campaign manager,
Okay, thank you.
How do you feel?
I trust my candidate. I believe in the words that he is giving out.
biased propaganda.
He is someone who's really trying to just be honest, to be realistic about the hardships that he has endured in this D&D game.
No, those are not hardships. Those are mistakes. Sure, hardships.
Everybody makes mistakes. It simply makes
True,
it
all
more
this is true.
humanizing.
I agree
I
with all this.
understand that, Danny.
Sam Riegel is the president for the people.
I
For the
love
people.
you, Danny. I mean, that
For the
was
people.
amazing.
I'm not. I said it during the
I
episode.
can't thank you
I don't
enough.
think Sam did anything.
could
He
we-
doesn't listen.
ridiculously
He just
insane.
admitted.
I just think there was
didn't hear
a
this.
little bit of
I
accidents.
didn't hear this.
And
Let
now
me
that
give
he
you some
explained
advice. Number
himself,
one,
it makes
stop
more sense.
sending me memes of yourself during the show on your phone. That would help you.
That is slander.
That
is
would help
libel.
you
Do
pay
have
attention.
Any evidence
Also,
to support this?
the
I
bigger
believe
the
there's a tweet
flask,
of yours calling him out
The
on it.
big-
the bigger
the
the flask gets. Do you know how sound works?
This
It's blocking.
Oh, is that
the
Purple
sound.
Heart? Oh, we got Purple
from
Heart.
getting
I think it's
to
Purple.
you.
Oh, it's Purple Heart. I had to see it. It looked like a
Seems
shadow
an
at
example
first.
that you do not actually.
My
have.
favorite
Mercer has
Wormwood Wood.
This right now is
Purple
more
Heart.
drama than the whole Jeffree Star, James Charles, Tati thing. We're spilling the tea. I love it. Let's just get it all out. Tell me what you got on me, Liam.
Stakes are human, and would you rather have a D&D Beyond president who can't own up to the things that he does, or would you rather have someone like Sam who is able to say, "Look, I did something wrong"?
Liam owned up to his dodecahedron thing. He came on the show the next week and described how genius of a fucking move it was and how boss it was and how
Owning up to it.
it is. If
He
you,
didn't own up
depends on
to it.
what
He
you
talked
want
about
out of a
how
president.
amazing the call
honestly,
was. That's
I'm
a
not
little
sweating
different.
this. We can go on to the next question.
Liam is like, we're good.
Good
We're good.
fucking
Let's
thing,
move
because
on.
the next question
Liam's gonna
is
get in
for-
trouble now.
Oh shit.
I like that though.
Future
I
president
think
Liam
Sam had a good
O'Brien.
explanation,
And
and
it's from
honestly, I
Zemian
think
Critter, of
differently
all
now.
people.
Even though I wasn't that crazy about it to begin
Caleb
with.
was very quick to talk about his training as a voice
At the
director
time, I
with the
might have been
Bright
like,
Queen.
dude, what are you
Does he
doing?
think
But like,
this might
it
make
wasn't
it harder for her
anything
to trust
crazier
him?
than we've seen.
Or has he decided honesty might be the best way to earn that trust?
Oh, he's all in. Everything's changed. There's no. He thinks that there are people probably from the Empire
At that
here
point,
now who knows who
I
he
feel it was
is,
a good move.
or shortly will be sent.
I feel like
the
telling
jig is up
people
for Caleb to a certain
that
extent.
you have inside
and,
information is better than
He's acting on a
saying nothing
timeline
or
that he
having
thought
them
he would
find out
probably never
later.
get to, and it feels like they need to move quickly with very little information. So he is trying to make bold moves. I mean, for many reasons that are good.
Bold moves, little info.
Yeah.
Campaign
Those of you who didn't
2.
see the live stream. It's like a 90 degrees
Where
where
can
I
you
am,
get
and my
more
shirt is
information?
melting off my body.
How
That's why
can
it
you
keeps
get more
drooping.
Good
information?
question. Insightful
What
follow-up.
What do we do?
You know who knows a lot? If we could just get into her memory banks, your fucking girlfriend.
I know what she knows.
Yasha Johnson.
I'm talking about
Because
the,
Yasha hates not.
I'm talking about the years that she doesn't remember. There's something buried in
There
there
is
that's
some
key
shit, dude.
information
There's gotta
that
be.
we need to get to the bottom of.
True.
There's gotta be.
Because Yasha herself, like,
Well,
I-
squeeze it out of
I
her while
definitely
she's
agree with
here.
Sam.
That's what we're all doing.
but I also feel like she has such a reputation, it precedes her
Sam,
to the point where the drown knew her
Costumer
and we
Delight
didn't. There
wants
was
to
also
know.
the
Oh, good name.
idea that
Did you
possibly he
hear that,
changed his look.
You know,
Jester,
that
I think,
her
said it.
television program got picked up for another season.
Customer
Customer
Delights?
Delight?
I didn't know
No,
she had a television.
the woman who plays Yasha.
Oh.
But they said it's the last one.
Blind
What
Spot.
show is that called?
I'm just reporting the news.
Blind
ABC's
Spot.
Blindside.
Got it.
Oh,
How is not handling the fact that she
Blindside.
was charmed
It's
to
Blind
turn
Spot.
against her
He
friends?
said it wrong.
Does she have
Did
a
he do
better
that on purpose?
understanding of what Caleb went
He
through
said her show
beneath
wrong.
the well as a result of this battle?
I mean, I don't think she's had much time to process it, right?
Not yet.
We just finished that fight. I don't know how. First of all, I'm not exactly sure what that spell was, whether it was charm or dominate or command or whatever.
Matt said
Or
charmed.
some other Duna
because I wasn't sure either. It was charmed.
I don't know exactly how
Matt
it works.
said he
Does
was
the
charmed.
person
I
charmed
assume it
know,
was a
you know
charmed
this, you're a
spell.
wizard. Does the person charmed know that they were charmed while it's happening? Does it seem like a blur afterwards?
I would
Wait,
imagine
isn't
not.
Friends the one that after they know they were charmed?
Friends, they definitely
they
know
a minute
afterwards.
later that they got played.
Okay, but what about?
Does
Oh,
charmed
I get what he's
person or
asking.
Suggestion.
I would feel like
or-
you'd know, right?
We gotta
I feel
ask-
like
we
you'd
gotta
know
ask
because
Matt this.
Friends is
well,
just your
first
more
off, you'd be
likely.
like
we
in a
have-
position like,
we
where
have
did
someone
I?
here who
How did I
knows.
get
Yeah,
here?
I didn't know you were still here.
Oh.
Mark.
Mark.
It's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
ask
close the
you.
door now.
Also,
I love
you
it.
know,
I love it.
Not
I didn't
has
ask you.
blown up Caduceus before.
True.
So doing a couple points of damage to Yasha isn't the worst
Not
thing
really
that Not
too
has
bad.
done to a member of her
Yeah.
party.
Yeah. Liam.
Yeah.
All right.
Jay Vetti wants to know. The
Ooh,
question
that's a new name. I
everybody's
feel like.
asked us this week after last
Jay
week's events. When can we expect
Vetti.
Frumpkin to become a horse as an apology to the
I
fans?
knew it. I knew it.
Oh
Man,
yes.
I need an apology
I
to
honestly, so
myself.
much
That
happened.
did
I
not
completely
feel
forgot.
good.
Liam murdered a horse.
I
Liam
did not kill the
murdered a
horse on
horse.
purpose. I meant to hurt hurt it and get it the hell out of the way, but I rolled well enough to kill it.
Just say that one more
rolled
time.
well enough to
as a
kill it.
complete sentence to camera.
He rolled a 14. A 14
I,
killed.
Liam
Wait,
O'Brien, purposely
I
killed
can't
an
remember
animal.
now. Wasn't it a 14? Didn't a 14? I mean,
That would help
how
my
high of an
campaign
AC
a
does a horse
lot.
have?
Yeah.
If you could just repeat that
Do
verbatim.
not do it. As your attorney, I would advise you not to listen to that
This
man.
isn't your time. This is Liam's
As your
time
attorney,
to,
I advise you
state
not
This
to
is my
listen.
mother.
I love animals. Do you know how many times I've gotten down and cuddled and pet Henry the dog? Do you know how many times
True
Sam
that.
has pet Henry the dog?
None.
You have never.
Sam
touched that
actually
dog.
told me
You know
he
why?
hates dogs.
Why?
Germs.
Personally.
I don't want animal
That is
germs.
so
Animal
human.
germs? You have kids. Kids are a disease.
Sam, give me
Sam-
more to work
Petri
with.
dish.
Not germs from the dog. Germs from you, Brian. I know
Yeah,
that you pet
honestly,
that dog
I get
more
what he's
than
saying.
anyone. I don't want your
But I don't
whatever
care.
You've got
It's a dog.
syphilis
It's
on your
adorable.
hands
I mean, my
to
cats, you kidding me?
transfer
My
somehow to
cats
my precious,
sleep
these
on my
hands-
pillows.
These hands,
I've also gotten
these
infections
hands
because
are
of it.
soft and
I don't know if
dainty,
did
and
I
they
ever
can
do
pick
the
up a
live
disease
streams
very
back then?
easily.
Max,
One time,
there's a
Sammy
bottle
will
of Irish
sleep on my
whiskey
pillow.
next to the
When I first
refrigerator.
got
Can
it,
you
it was
have
2
Jerry
years
grab
ago.
that?
I've had him now since.
Also, can you check
actually,
the traffic on
next
the
week makes
405?
exactly
I'm gonna
2
have
years
to
because I
get
got
out
him
of
the
here
last
pretty
week of
soon.
May.
You want to go walk into
But
it
Do you
together?
want to head
Early
out
on,
pretty
he
soon?
would
Just
sleep
walk.
on my
Before we
pillow,
do,
and
the
I
only
got
thing
an
I wanna
eye
get to tonight,
infection
'cause I'm
because
done with questions for you.
it probably was not a
Cosplay
wise choice. But he
of
still
the
does it.
week.
It only happened once.
Cosplay of the
Cosplay of the week. Oh my God, it's the first one.
Nice.
Cosplay of the week. We got it.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
I love it. What are we
Wendy
gonna get?
Doodles. Our beloved Wendy Sullivan did that.
Wendy
Do it
Sullivan.
again, Zach.
Beautiful.
Show
Do it
the
again.
people again.
Do it
They
again.
wanna see it
I want to
again.
see it again. Yes,
Show
I
them
do.
again.
Wendy!
I love it. I almost feel like that looks like Ashley Johnson. That
Fucking
head
hell.
up there,
Pumpkin
the
is on that
mask
too.
or the mannequin with the hair on it.
First winner.
I feel like that looks like
for
Ashley
Cosplay
Johnson.
of the Week was sent in by Andy Srivastrava.
Yep, perfect.
Civistrava? I like that.
Andy underscore the other thing I
Civistrava.
just said.
Andy
Photo
underscore
by Ali
Civistrava.
Madden.
If that's right, I like that name.
Let's take a look. The first
Let's see.
winner.
Oh God, I'm so excited.
Cosplay of the Week.
It's a bow.
Check out the Fordo bomb.
Andy
But it's the
Shrivistrava.
snarl that really sells it.
I would
Yeah.
not fight
Shrivastava.
that person.
Okay, Shrivastava.
I would not fight that person.
Oh, and back there's a
That
Ford.
scowl would make me back down
I
pretty
love all the
quick.
jade too.
I mean,
Yeah.
it,
Scary as
it
Marisha
is
Ray.
accurate.
And a wonderful,
I like
wonderfully
it.
taken photograph.
Good enough for the first one. I like it.
Good
I like that fourth
I
in the
love
background.
shadow-
That's kind of
the
funny.
shadows.
The staff looks well worn and well used.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
I bet-
what you need it to
I bet
be.
she's
It's
taking
exactly what
Ford
you need it to be.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's
I like
gonna
it.
get smacked.
That
Quality,
by the way.
good start. Good start. Best one I've ever seen on Cosplay of the Week.
Ford. He's coming back there.
I like the look too.
Am I next? I hope I'm next. Next week it's
Quality.
gonna be
Looks great.
next week it's gonna be him, and then there's gonna be a Caleb photo.
I
bomb in
feel like the
background that's gonna go up
cosplays of
that
the week
staircase.
are going to be
Congrats to you,
really good,
Andy.
'cause I feel
You
like
and
there's
the
so many
winner
people that are,
of
I mean, not
Fan
that
Art of the
people don't
Week
do fan
are
art and
both
GIF of the
getting
week.
Purple Heart dice trays.
My favorite one, Purple Heart Dice
Everything's
Tray.
changed.
Our friends at Wormwood are now sponsoring
3 things.
Cosplay of the Week and Fan Art of the
Oh.
Week. We got rid of GIF of the
Oh,
Week for now.
and-
Sunset it.
And for
Instead.
each episode of
So
Campaign
both
2,
winners are getting
Wormwood is
this
sponsoring
Purple Heart. Let's get
lots
a
of
shot of
things.
this if we can, Zach.
because Matt gives one
Look at
away,
that color.
they give 2 away. We have 3.
amazing.
I think that's why
That is
Sam said
beautiful.
3 giveaways.
Like Molly's.
It's my favorite. Purple Heart. I never got it
His
yet
dick, I think.
because
His dick,
one
I
of
think.
those. Correct me if I'm wrong.
now you can enter
but I
a weekly
priced it out
contest
once,
by visiting
and just that dice
critworld.com.
tray is like $500 or $600.
I didn't
Just
do
the
it yet,
dice tray.
Zach.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong,
Slash.
but it was like significantly more money than like a Bolivian rosewood. I think it is Bolivian
Sam.
rosewood.
Yo,
Is like a third or a fourth of the cost of Purple Heart. Same exact
Still
thing.
wants to know. Both during the break and after the episode, you tweeted that you felt the way the fight went was your fault. Does not feel the same way.
I believe so. I believe she's going to be very guilty when we start the next episode.
How does she handle guilt?
I
She's not
guess
drinking
you'd
right
have
now,
to
though.
say
Well, maybe
that
not.
it is her fault, but I don't hold it against her.
Same way Sam Riegel
Because I
does,
could just
with
as
a
easily
nice-
say,
nice nip of
I
the
said,
flask.
don't let the Dragonborn get away. I didn't say
flask.
kill
I
him.
don't know. I
or
don't know
her,
how she's going
technically.
to deal with it.
But then
Sam
again, Ford
Riegel
could say, I
was,
didn't know it was a
was
messenger. You made it
upset
sound
with
like she was
himself
some
for-
badass,
Yeah, I know.
and I blasted her
For-
one
for
shot through the
The
chest.
first time.
for the first time ever and possibly my life.
Did your mom call you and go like, "How could you do this to us?"
Broke your streak.
She supports me unconditionally.
How could you
she
do
did
this
not call
to
me, but
us?
if she did, it would have been to say, whatever you did was perfect.
You're going on Talks Tuesday to make this right, aren't you?
Hilarious.
Yeah, whatever you did was perfect.
Yeah.
He had to come on Talks
I think
Machina
Knott's
just
gonna be a little
to
bit upset
be
with her
forgiven.
actions. I hope that Caleb and Liam O'Brien can forgive her.
Liam doesn't care. Liam, each ups or downs. It's just D&D.
This is probably a softball, but are you guys happy with nights where it ends before you have to sort of like face some of the consequences conversationally right away? You get a week to sort of go like, here's analyze what you did, analyze what you want to do.
I don't actually.
You don't?
I don't like it when it gives us the time to think about those reactions, because I feel like in time, well, all of our reactions are sort of naturally tempered, matured. We get to think about things, rationalize them and stuff. But if it's in the moment, more juicy bits come out.
So you trust your first
things
instinct
happen.
no,
more.
I don't
Juicy
trust
bits.
my first instinct at all.
But they're real.
But it's
that's the most
cooler.
real thing.
Yeah, it's more interesting and real. Yeah.
Plus, we never really want to stop playing, period. It's always like, oh, just give us another hour. Okay. See you next week.
Yeah.
There are people who have to go home.
People have to go
Miserable.
home.
How dare you go home?
We're making art here. They should be appreciative.
Yeah, no one goes home.
Right, Max?
We're creating miracles and greatness. You stay there until we're done. We're gonna play till 6 in the
You
morning
just went
every
through
day.
5 stages of grief in 2 words. Druid at Heart has a question for both of you. Has the Astrid letter talk changed your previous feelings toward the topic? Are you feeling less or more worried about it now?
I would say
The other
more.
relevant bit of Kayla's history has
I
been
would have
revealed.
to say more, right?
More.
Yeah, definitely more. How could you feel less?
More worried about it? Yeah, I mean,
We know there's a
just
package.
there was too much going on.
We know there's
and
things we
to
don't
get
know
to
as
that
far as
conversation,
Lavore.
and also just you can't always control
being
this game. And I
said-
come in weeks and go like, I better talk about this.
There's,
and
I can't
the game
see
goes
any
where it
reason
wants
why
to.
it wouldn't be more.
Really not feeling great about Jester's mom. Worried about people casing that
Jester's
joint.
mom, the Lavore
finding their
name.
way there to use her as leverage. I feel like the people that Caleb used to run with would be savvy enough to, fill in gaps to get there. And sending that kid there, maybe not the best idea either. I don't know.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that.
I didn't think about that
To sort of
either.
reflect on, isn't there?
I mean,
My
didn't we?
goodness.
I put it this way.
The
If we
kid's
did
not
talk
on
about it,
route
I didn't
yet.
even
Right
remember.
now we just got Shasta
So
going
now
towards the
Not
kid.
may have even risked her own child
This is a kerfuffle.
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
them
Another thing,
doing
too,
something
that Caleb
before
was
we
thinking about a
even
lot
knew
is,
we
like,
were going to send the
I
child
think
there
he
or
thought
rescue.
if he ever ran into the people from his past, it would be set against the backdrop of the Empire and the Empire being at war. If it happens now, he either is or seems like he's a traitor to the country, on the other side.
Yeah,
That's rough, buddy.
that's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Whew. Jesus.
Look at his face.
Lots going on. I'm excited.
Lots going on.
I mean, it's getting
Airbnb,
good.
Dodo,
Not necessarily
what's
sunshine and
going on?
rainbows,
Liam,
but
how
it's getting
surprised were
good.
you that Essek actually
Dodo,
agreed to
dodo,
teach
dodo,
Caleb
dodo.
some spells? And were they what you/Caleb were hoping for?
I think they're pretty sweet
Didn't know what to expect. Was surprised that he wanted to.
as well.
And is
as mine.
suspicious of it, but will.
I said
the
since
game.
day one, I'm very suspicious of Essek, but I
spells,
like him. I hope he's legit on our level and
one of
helping,
them was
and he seems he
initiative and the
is.
other
I mean,
one
he
was
taught us
sort of a luck
Dudamancy,
thing?
but is that going to be something
Yeah,
that
both
comes
ways
back
of
to
sort of
haunt us or something?
bending reality to your will. And I think he still does. Caleb still really wants to get into the tomes, but now it seems like he has an open invitation, as long as they don't, totally fucking burn down houses and murder animals and kill Dragonborn in the middle of the street. As long as
Let's
they
hope
do
they don't
right
do
for the
that.
Bright Queen,
Let's hope no one does that.
he should be in like Flynn with that Essek guy.
Yeah.
So, good to go.
Now that you're
Sam.
getting to the really, lots of, you don't have to do 6 pages of spell card slots thanks to D&D Beyond.
Brian just lost his
But-
sight.
Any nights where you regret playing a wizard because you got a lot of shit to keep track of? I had a few when I played one. That's why I'm asking you. There's a few nights where I'm like, Jesus, God.
Almost every episode, I mutter to Marsha, going, "Fucking spellcasters," and she just goes, "Yeah, told you so."
Oh yeah, her at the end there.
I miss
a lot
things
to manage.
because I'll see that my turn is coming up, or I'll be like, how can I help here? Diddle, 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 and I'll look up and everybody's moved on to another topic, and I'll be like, yep, I was totally listening. Totally
Yep,
listening.
yep.
I feel the opposite.
I've noticed that many times.
Like
I've pointed
playing
it
a
out.
rogue,
Liam will like
you know this. You
dive
have
into
to
his
make
book,
these
and you can
you're
see.
frequently the,
I don't
the-
blame
the-
him because
the
he's
tip of the
trying to
spear.
like
You're ahead of everybody else. You have to
grab
make these
for answers of
decisions
what to
kind
do,
of
like you
for
just
the
said,
whole
and
To
then
make bold choices. 'cause
Yes.
you're
Kinda
misses some
usually
things.
out front on your own.
I don't like that at all. I preferred, I mean, I'm getting to like it, but it feels less comfortable to me than doing the spellcaster thing, assessing the situation, kind of hoping your initiative is low in the
Yeah.
order,
Yep.
sussing out what you need, who's weak, who's losing, who's winning, how you can help. That, to me, it was a more comfortable place for me playing Scanlan, and this is just, whew, it's hard to, it must have been hard to be Vax.
I mean, it felt dangerous, but
It got easier towards the end.
yeah,
Because he was already dead.
rigor mortis. Couldn't get any harder.
I'm gonna hit both of you.
see. I don't know if they're joking or not.
Campaign.
Hey, man,
What's that say?
worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
But with-
I've said
with
this before.
spellcasting,
At this point,
You
I
constantly
don't
feel
know
like I probably memorized the
if there are
wrong
even
spells.
spoilers
Where the
anymore
fuck are you
because
going?
Keep going. You keep going.
No, you
they've
sit
made
back
it enough of
down.
a point
Have
to
the
not
audacity
speak
to
spoilers.
stand up for a
So the
half a
fact that
second.
they'll do that and Danny goes, I'm going to hit you, it makes me think
Answering
third
a
line. So don't
question.
comment on anything. I'm just going to go in assuming
notoriously
it's
very
not
rude.
real.
When you were playing as Vax,
But at this point,
you know,
it is what it
was
is.
hard
We
to
said
keep
we're
track
just
of
going to roll
stuff,
with
right?
it.
That's what you guys were talking
We're not
about.
gonna we're not
Yeah,
gonna
I think spellcasting
Rogue.
is hard.
avoid things anymore.
Dagger,
Vox
dagger,
Machina is
dagger,
going
attack,
into
attack,
season
attack,
3.
Attack. You'll get there
No,
soon.
I kept track of that.
I feel like
fine
the
as
way that
everybody
went
else had
down, they're
problems
bullshit.
with that.
Well, we got Laura with her hunter's mark.
We already know Vax has wings from season 2. That kind of got spoiled
is amazing.
in the sideshow
Okay,
toy.
She's
I know that we
fantastic.
have to.
Not
say
kind
that.
of, it's straight.
Manager,
Well,
not Laura.
kind of, because I didn't know what it
Stop
meant.
running. I can say
The fact that it was in a
nice
sideshow
things.
toy made me think that's
When is the
something weird.
campaign over? Do we know?
So little things are gonna get
No.
spoiled.
because what if Laura?
You might be running forever.
Well, that's not a little
Little
thing. If that just got
exception,
spoiled, that's some serious
Other
shit.
D&D players.
I don't know. This was a bit that I came up with one night. I did not know that it was going to go on for months and months.
Yeah,
and months.
neither did I think
Well,
that about
Why
your
does
stupid
it, I mean, maybe
cabbage
it's just
joke.
like
Don't
the blood
enter
in
a
his head.
campaign
But
unless
right
you
here,
truly
Sam has
mean
like
to win.
white,
Yeah,
like
dude.
look right
Need
here,
to
like
win
right on
and
this,
serve
his
out
temples,
both
like
of my
right
terms,
next to his
because
temples.
The people will have demand.
He's got like
Or 3 or 4.
super
I
white,
feel like
and the rest of him
bits
is either
are getting
red as
on
red could
yours,
be or
not to be
tan.
not to like.
I'm
talk
just
down to you.
curious what it is.
His game
It's,
isn't
like,
super
very
strong lately.
noticeable.
I feel like yours.
And they don't
I feel
have
like
it,
yours
it's
in
just
the
saying.
campaign.
Yeah, the campaign bits. Your
Look,
rebuttal
Liam's fine,
was
Brian's. I don't know. I'm just like
bogusly weak.
Did he have
your
like
rebuttal was
tape
like
on his head
It was
or
like
something?
watching.
Foster.
Yeah, dude. It was like watching a freestyle rap battle of like Logic versus Max.
And I'm the Max in this situation?
You are.
Ooh, that is painful.
Oh my God,
You
we
are
are
the
beating
audience.
down Max so much.
That's how bad it is. You're the
That metaphor
audience.
doesn't even make sense, Brian.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I don't-
Think about it.
No, I don't
It
wanna
doesn't make
think
sense,
Think about
Brian.
it while Sam answers this question from Catherine
It was like
Bennett. All I'm saying is you better
intelligence
step it up
versus
this
Max,
Thursday, my
and you're
man,
the.
because
Well,
he
no,
is
I get
bringing
what
the
he's
heat.
saying. You're the
I
audience, so
don't know
you're
how
watching.
you have the idea for Thursday?
I don't know how he got to you,
You're basically
Brian,
watching a
but,
horribleness, but I think
you know,
you'd be better
I-
off being
I-
Max.
How do you know I'm
Because Max
Shirley
is
Liam? I
always
might be
the
arse-coming
worst
Coming
part of
on-
every Brian
on
joke.
Fox News all of a sudden, or
Yeah, what is this? What are these very, very
this is a
harsh
partisan,
attacks?
Okay.
You're a partisan hack, and I won't take it anymore. But I love the attention, so I will stay.
Love it. Quality.
And what is more human than loving attention?
That's true.
This episode.
You're welcome.
You're the most human man.
I mean, I'd say that's pretty human.
You're a real human boy.
Relatable.
You're a real human boy. All right.
The funny
well,
thing
let's
is,
talk about
you'd
this
think
question from
someone
Catherine
like me that
Bennett.
does YouTube as often as I
Episode
do, I
sponsored
love
by Liam
attention.
O'Brien for president.
When I'm not doing YouTube, I am
Sam does not still
the most
figure that
loner
Caleb
type
is
you'd ever
her
meet.
best chance at getting
I
her
go
body
see movies by
restored
myself
as
every
She
week.
sees him
I-
advance in
I-
power.
Tend to want to keep
Or-
to myself. Everything, I like 90% of what I
Yasha's
do is
here.
by myself, and I
Hear
love
that?
it.
I heard that rumble.
I love it.
Or
being
has
able
her
to not have
widened experience
interference
given her
with my,
ideas
my
for
life
alternate
choices.
paths to get her body back that don't rely on Caleb?
So far, Caleb has been, I mean, recently Not was in a room where a queen told her that a bunch of people in the room with her were reborn into different bodies. So Not knows that That's a possibility. But now Caleb is dabbling in that same kind of magic. The same kind of magic that can make people reborn in different
Dunamancy.
bodies.
So
So far,
Caleb
at
yet
least,
again has become very
at
important
least
to Not.
in the knowledge that Not has, I think Caleb is the clearest path to whatever ends that she's trying to get to.
Also, all the people who have been reborn here in the dynasty, they had to be chosen, selected, groomed, right? So Not probably doesn't fit that bill, but Caleb will do whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's irrelevant to me.
I wondered at the beginning.
I
of the
mean,
campaign
it's not
when he was like,
irrelevant
"Oh, I'm gonna
in the
make
say.
him as
I mean, I
powerful
guess
as he
he's
can
saying
so
no
that
one
we
else
can
would
change
do it
it
but
back."
me.
I
Even though
thought it would be
Dunamancy
so
is a
funny.
thing.
So Sam, if you guys
Actually,
met
that
some
is very
NPC that was like super powerful.
Because Sam was
powerful
saying
early
there's
on,
all
and
these
he just,
people
like,
now that could help
went
me.
and ditched
But
99
Liam's saying no, they really
changed
can't
the
or
way.
aren't going
Could
to.
still
I
still
will,
happen.
and I am
Not
Liam,
does not
your
know
savior.
a lot about magic.
I was thinking like
and
episode
assumes
12.
that this guy is numero uno. So if we meet somebody more powerful,
Yep.
could happen.
Yep. Max, a question for you from everyone that's on the show right now. Where is that Irish whiskey that I asked about 15 minutes ago? I wasn't joking. Liam's glass has been empty. Sam's glass is empty. Where is it? Where's Jerry? Don't act like getting up is the worst. Look at this.
Wow.
I also have noticed
Is this your
Of
second
recent,
greatest?
drinking has become a
Challenge
normal
in
thing on
life,
Talks
Sam?
Machina.
This is
Which I don't
this
want
is the
to
second
make a
most
big deal out of
adversity
it,
I've ever
but this
faced
is
in
what
my
I talked
life.
about back in the
Telling
beginning
me
of Bullgate
that somebody who forces
when
a
we
man
had
who's
our
working
little
to get
skirmish.
up and go get him
Part of his
alcohol.
People were like, or not
and
people,
is
I should
gonna-
say
and is
one
gonna
person
stop the show to
was
make
like,
this happen.
we don't
and
get
endorses
drunk on
that
Talks
it's somebody that
Machina.
you're gonna
Everyone
trust
drinks
on
now.
their
When I
endorsement of the
stopped drinking,
candidate?
everyone started
Danny,
drinking.
That's
Danny,
weak.
I mean,
will you
there's
stop criticizing the man I'm
dabbling
going
here
to
and
beat
there, but
for
now
the
I feel
role of
like
president?
every time there is
Yeah.
fine
I'm not criticizing
Scotch
Sam.
whiskey
Yeah, you
or
are.
Irish whiskey,
Supporting
whatever you
me,
just said.
like,
I'm always here for you,
it's
Sam.
amazing. I truly don't deserve it. In fact, if I weren't such an egomaniac, I would suggest that we switch roles and I campaign for you because you have
better
a
watch you
much
don't poke his
better
eye.
chance of winning
He's like
than I
borderline
do.
almost
It's
poking
probably
his
true.
eye at
But
me.
you know what? I'm just going to try to give you a little bit of that, of my personal sparkle.
Maybe we should change the words Danny Cam to just Sammy Sam.
Sammy Sam.
Just to give me a little
Liam.
extra boost. I
Danny
need- I
Cam
need
and
some
Sammy
sort of
Sam.
boost.
Zach, get that fucking camera on me right now. Liam,
Yes.
answer this question from known Liam O'Brien supporter Sally Erico.
Is that the name, or was he adding
Since
to that?
Dunamancy is a homebrew out of the insanity
Sally-
that is Mercer's
All right,
brain,
Sally Erico.
how thrilling is it to see a couple of the spells now and the possibilities to come? What are you hoping for?
Oh gosh. Well, to change everything, I'm so excited to see what Matt has baked up, and I don't actually know if Dunamancy. I don't think entirely, but is it a create? Maybe he'll tell me after this episode. Is it a creation in response to the shit I threw at him before this campaign?
Oh, wow.
Or has he been brewing it up the whole time?
Oh, that's a
I
good
think
question.
Matt said
I don't
he.
know.
Didn't Matt
I don't
already
know.
comment
You know,
on this?
I don't know. I don't know the answer, but
I
he
think-
has, even in campaign one.
I'm almost
not with the
positive
same
Matt
language
said,
of
I
the
have been
strands of
working on this
fate or
for a
any of that
while.
sort of specific,
I mean, it still doesn't mean it's not related because I
language,
don't know
but
how long ago they
he's always been
talked.
invested in
I mean, at this
fate
point,
and-
it's over a
and-
year,
and,
obviously.
and how that's.
But I
that's
think
sort of
Matt
a set
had this
thing that can be
already
changed or
being
altered.
constructed
so
to do
maybe he's
Dunamancy
been
stuff.
thinking about it for a long time.
I love
think so.
the juxtaposition of all of that.
Maybe
lore,
he tweaked it a little depending on whatever
tapestry from
conversation he
campaign
had.
one and campaign two in juxtaposition, because campaign one, all those threads of fate, that was just existence, the universe, uncontrollable. But in campaign
I just
two,
wanna see
we've
where
got
we're at.
look,
42.
physicists.
I'm
Tinkering
curious to see.
with the
I haven't
weave.
seen Mark.
Yeah.
Maybe
And I think
maybe
that's
I'm
fucking
wrong.
dope.
Maybe
Wait, you can't show
unless
that on TV.
Yes, I can.
You can?
Take a sip. Take
Oh.
a sip. Take a sip.
whoa, he got a little intense.
Pass that down and pour some for your boyfriend.
Have some ginger ale, Sam.
Have some
Thanks.
ginger.
Have some ginger ale.
Tea. Sam,
7 Up.
Killian Billion wants to know.
I'm curious what
How does
the
not
Sam
feel
was like.
about
Don't show that on
Essex
TV. I
Thelos
mean, they weren't showing the label.
and
I guess
how
that's all he was
seems to
worried
be
about.
Closest to Caleb
Brian
out
had
of
the
Mighty
label
Nine.
facing
Is she
in, so you couldn't read
concerned
the
that Essex
label.
might be trying to use Caleb, or is she more interested in Caleb being more sociable with people?
Is that the
I
same
think
stuff
she's
they've
just
been
happy
drinking?
that Caleb has
Or is
found a new
Brian
friend
getting
in
like
town.
different nice bottles? Because Brian was.
They seem
I
to
don't
get
remember what the
along,
first
they
one
talk
was,
about
but Brian was
things.
buying, like, good shit.
Whenever.
Or getting
I
good
think she
shit.
would love it if Essex would float over more often just to visit, because they seem to
He's
really
so
play.
handsome,
they
too.
get yourself one of those drow boyfriends. They play well together. There's no fighting.
They clearly have some bonding over these books.
He can float over whenever he wants to.
Really like this boy. I really like
He's the
him.
same age-ish, maybe.
I hear he's from Denthales.
Oh my God, they're
The
really
Bright
going
Queen
all in
seem
on
to be
this.
really tight.
Boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Liam, love that dog once.
I get where they're going, but they went really far with
Hey,
that.
speaking of,
Is he
it's
here?
that
Where is
time
he?
of
Did he come
night.
out?
It's that time of night.
And we
Here, I should go pet that dog.
Oh boy, I don't like
Sam's got to pet the
This
dog
is
so
the
we can
first
no
time
longer say
Henry's
he
ever
doesn't
gonna
like
bite
that.
someone.
Oh, how funny is that? He's actually
make my
not. Is he
hands
actually going to pet him, or is he going to
closer
pretend?
yeah, we'll Photoshop him down.
This
He
is
actually
not
never-
like-
oh,
Sam,
no, there he
you have
goes.
to give me some.
Oh.
There we go.
That's beyond touching him. Okay, Sam, you've redeemed yourself. I was going to say, is Sam going to really go
Just a
that
good
far and then
boy.
not touch the dog?
He's sleepy.
He
been
like
running around like
nuzzled the
crazy all
dog
day.
in the neck with his
Well-known
face.
voice actor and voice director Sam Riegel died today from Tal'dorei.
Could you imagine? Sam has a nervous breakdown and that's it.
Disgusting.
He touched the dog, had a
what they
nervous
say about
breakdown, and
people
his
who don't like
anxiety
dogs.
I
killed him.
love dogs.
Shouldn't be president.
I'm trying to convince this is a real thing. I'm trying
Good
to convince
actor.
my daughter to get a dog. Right now, there are 4 votes in my family. It has to be unanimous. Me, dog.
Cats.
Wife, dog.
Really?
Son, dog. Daughter, cat.
Cat.
We can't sway her. She won't move.
Well,
She's
sorry,
4 years
majority
old.
wins.
We
Look,
can't
4-year-old, you
convince her.
lose.
I've tried to bribe her. I've
I-
tried to tell her
I
she
love
can
children.
Play games, watch TV.
You lose.
have
Majority
candy,
wins.
and she just says the
Get
word
both.
dog once.
Just get both. Get a
She
cat and a
won't do
dog.
it.
I've
Why
had
does
cats
she
and dogs my
not-
whole
why
life.
does she-
Get
Why
both.
cats? I mean, I love cats, but why cats
I mean,
over dogs? if
Sam
everyone
said
else
he's
wants a dog?
rich.
I
He
don't-
said he
I
doesn't
don't
have to
know.
But then Travis
really
can never
worry
come
about
over to your
much.
house.
She met
He's
this
very
one
well
cat
off. His
that she
family.
calls Meow Meow.
Get a
that
cat and
she
a
sees
dog.
on the way home from
Please
school
everybody.
every day, and she always stands outside the window and says Meow Meow, Meow Meow, come out.
I mean,
and she loves that cat
I
so
agree
much.
with her. I'm a more
she
of a cat
shouldn't stay by
person.
that
I'm
window too
way
long.
more of a cat
That
person than a
cat's
dog
walking around
person.
the street.
Obviously,
Yeah,
you
you know,
guys
One
know.
of these days, Meow
I've
Meow's
had
not
multiple
gonna be
cats.
answering when
Right now I
she's,
have
It
two.
makes perfect sense
They're
to me.
probably sleeping in my bed right now. I love cats.
well, for
I
having
love
kids.
dogs too. Nothing against dogs.
Yeah.
I've had dogs my whole life
Yeah,
too.
Liam.
But right now,
We've seen Caleb's changes.
I have two.
To
My sister has one.
Maximilian's
We haven't
Earth
had
and
a
Grass
dog
and
in
Cat's
at
Ire
least
slash Bigby's
6
hand.
years, I feel like.
How do you choose
Probably
which
longer than
spells
that.
to
It's
modify
at
and
least
how
5
to
or 6 years
modify
since we
them
had a
to be
dog.
cat themed? Speaking of.
Well, just a little dabble, do ya? I don't want everything to be super
little
cat
dabble, do
themed,
ya?
but
Right.
Don't you?
not everything. No, that's not the end of my cat.
probably been like 8
dabbling
years since
in
I had a
magic.
dog. I'm pretty sure
Dunamancy,
our dog had passed away
evocation,
before I even went to
transmutation, and
Disney.
capitation.
Are you going to change
And I went to
poison
Disney
spray to
7 years ago.
dander spray?
So there's a chance. I mean, it's been a while.
Sneeze
But I've had
every single
cats.
time you say.
I have a couple ideas left.
I'm pretty sure
So
I've had a
on the
cat
call sheets, I make frumpkin jokes.
from the
and,
teenagers till
I
now.
actually very
At some point, I've
specifically
always had a
stay
cat.
away from any jokes that
In the
have to
last
do with
30
like
years.
frumpkin's fur and anything, motherfucker.
The Sammy Sam. Oh my God, I was trying to. I saw it, but I
Actually,
was
very
like, that's
specifically
interesting.
Stay away from
I
any
didn't
jokes
realize
that,
it was the
that
Sammy
like
Sam.
talk about Frumpkin's fur and
I
dander
love it.
and stuff
He
like
covered
that
up
because
the,
I genuinely don't want to
Danny
like
Cam, and it's
make
the Sammy
Travis
Sam.
like upset about reading the call sheet.
Amazing.
Also, like, for Cat's Ire, I just got to that level and looked at all the spells that were there, and it's just, I mean, most people have guessed this. It's just Big B's hand reskinned. But that's
Yeah,
it's
I think we
it's a
talked about it
scale
in the
one
live
calling
stream,
card.
but
I
it's
wasn't
still
gonna
cool.
do that
I mean,
again. I
cool,
wanted
cool,
something that
cool.
was, you know,
It's
unique to
still
my trash fire.
Yeah.
The Cat's Ire.
I love
And
it.
Giant
what better way
murdering
to
horse
murder
hand.
horses than with a gigantic cat claw?
I've been saying it for years, and you guys haven't been listening. In fact, I think you stole that bit from me.
I think it's brilliant.
Horse
I want
murder,
you to
the horse
reskin
murder.
more spells because
want him to
I think
reskin
you're a
you.
creative guy.
On it.
Not as creative as me. I should still be.
I'm very
No,
curious
well,
to see
but
what's
it
going to
is,
happen
so,
here. In about 10
close
minutes,
as mortals
we're going to
can
be at the end of what we usually
And
are in
willing to
Talks
come up with a lot of
Machina.
interesting reasons.
We haven't seen Mark. I know he was in the beginning, but why would they have put him in the thumbnail? I feel like he has to be more
playing
involved.
rogues. Do you enjoy the adrenaline of these high-stakes moments, or are they more stressful?
We've already touched on this a little bit. For me,
Class-wise,
it's
yeah.
stress
but
that I was not prepared for and have not come to terms with yet. Liam, how did you do?
I mean, they are terrifying but exhilarating at the same time. Anytime you're like, you put your neck out there that hard, like going into.
Literally with the Briarwoods.
Yeah, or running after
Putting your neck
Raishan
out
knowing
there.
that it's a terrible gameplay move, but doing it anyway because it's what
Raishan,
felt
the
right for that
dragon.
moment.
Yeah,
for my guy.
It's almost like you're making two decisions at the same time. One is, as my character, is this stupid? And then the second one is, are the people at the table going to berate me over text messages
Yeah.
for the next 6 days because
Did
of
that
this?
happen?
Not really.
No, I got a lot of support from everyone on the text chain,
Yeah, I
except
mean-
for you, Brian.
Except for Brian.
So thank you for
I feel
for
like-
that, Liam.
I don't even have your
Oh,
number.
are we
saved.
gonna do
I
a
didn't
fan
even know
art?
which one
We
was
had-
you.
I'm happy
We
for
never did
anyone.
I get
fan
a
art,
burner
did we?
phone every week, so
We're
I
like
don't
pretty
bother
late
putting
in.
anybody's names
There's
and
got to be
numbers
fan
in.
art. Brian
You
put
know,
his thing down.
Steal a broom, kill a kid, just
Steal a broom, kill a kid.
be crazy.
That's
I mean,
actually-
I think us
Show
murdering
friends.
the
Hey,
goblin
guess
in the
what?
hole was
It's
worse
time
than
for
what
fan art of
happened.
the week.
We've done a lot of things worse than what. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It should not be on our top 10
Oh, wait,
list
are
of
they-
worst
Can they
things.
hear us right now?
Oh, they already showed it.
Showing the art.
You already
just gonna
showed the
show
art, and
the
I thought
art,
it was
Zach?
amazing.
Did he leave after what I said earlier?
There. Okay, there it is.
There
This
it
week's
is.
winner is,
Honestly, that's
as you can
awesome.
see, was sent in by Lauren.
That's one of my
Rollins.
favorites.
so
Already,
cool.
one of my
At
favorites.
Larn_draw.
The
Let's
tree
take
on
a
the
look.
top
while
of the-
While you guys
the
are
house.
checking out this beautiful fan art, Zach, go ahead and zoom in there. While you're zooming in, Zach, tell us what happened. Computers are complicated.
Computers are complicated. I love it.
Sounds like
So
something.
I think it's a
gorgeous.
very
Lauren
well
is a
done
prodigious
drawing.
artist
I like
and,
the
graces us with her
concept.
work
I was
on it.
waiting for some.
I like
dope-ass
all the
tree art.
lights coming down because we
That's
illuminated
the
it.
tree art.
I want
Caduceus
that in
looks
my
great.
house.
Yeah, I love
You know
it.
what I want? I want Caduceus' shirt.
The dude has been
comfortable,
sending
you
me
just sort
all
of
the fan
flow
art
places.
over on
So
Discord,
Dragonfly.
Sort
and
of
I'm
flow
gonna
places,
eye them all
man.
up. I
Flow
feel like when
places.
we get to like
Lauren, you want a Purple Heart dice?
maybe
Thanks.
episode
We're
7, I think I
making
said the
all
halfway
sponsoring
mark,
both
which
of
is like
our
around episode
giveaways.
70, 72.
Aren't they great?
You
want
is the halfway mark.
Molly Dick box?
Once
Yeah.
I get to the half mark, we're gonna rate fan arts because
Smells like a dead horse.
there's a lot,
smells
and
amazing.
honestly, I think they're
Smells
all
incredible, just like a dead
great.
A little bit like
That
glue?
one is in my
little
top
bit like
10. I
glue.
feel
You
like
can
I'd
tell.
have to
God.
research them
Like
all. I'd have to re-see them
expensive
all.
glue. High
But I
value.
have
I'm
a
not saying
strong
it's not
feeling that
option. Not we
Caduceus
have
one will
anything
make
against
the
Elmer's
cut.
if they want to sponsor a future episode.
Thank you, Lauren. That's beautiful art. This is a beautiful box.
And
I
it was
love
over a purple wood box, so it's even
Our
more
next
fitting
question
because
comes from-
you win my favorite wood
Sam,
for
you
one
wanna
of my
take a hit on
favorite
here?
fan arts.
Joe Manganiello did it. Oh, not that's not.
Wow.
Sam,
That is.
Sam, you cannot do things
You
like
cannot-
that. Give me something
What do you
to
think
work
this
with.
is? You think this is worm life?
He just
Hand
did a
that to me.
line off the
Jesus
purple heart.
criminy, we can't show that on
That looks
Twitch.
like a
Sam,
president
the funny
to
thing
me.
to me is Sam
Very
was concerned
presidential.
about them showing the alcohol in the camera
episode of
before,
Talks
and then he does a
Machina speaks for
line
itself.
off of the purple heart.
Sam, account for yourself with the answer to this question.
That's how you
from
know Sam
Celestial
really
Skype.
doesn't care.
How does
like
not
as far
feel
as
about
when they were showing the bottle before.
What'd
He
I
might have
say?
said it,
Skype.
I said Scythe. You said
but
Skype.
for whatever reason,
Okay.
How does
he
not
then
feel about
goes
trusting
the other
Luke
way,
in
and I love
Shakasta's
it.
hands? Does she feel uneasy about the trip or believe in Shakasta enough to make it safely? Did you say this
I've been
already?
sitting in this chair, guys, for like
No, we
12
talked
hours,
about it
and I just
briefly.
realized it, and I'm
I think that
probably
Nott
gonna fall apart and
trusts
die.
Shakasta,
It's okay,
even though
We got 10 minutes left.
they've had limited.
I literally started doing
Shakasta,
videos at, I
was,
think,
is an
noon.
impressive fellow.
Yeah, it's like
and I have
Batman.
not
Yeah,
stopped.
yeah, and
It's
would-
midnight.
I think Nott would.
We did the live stream. I jumped into
Shakasta's
this.
about the only person
lot of
that
videos.
Nott would entrust her son with. Here's a little weird, stupid thing. Luke is spelled L-U-C. No one has ever. Why would they-
Really?
why
See,
would
I
they
wouldn't have
know
known that.
But that's how it's spelled. It's
Good to
because
know.
That's funny because
it's just a thing.
There's gas stations by me called
yeah,
Luke
no,
Oils.
of
It's
course she feels
LUC
uneasy
or
about the
LUK. Oh, he said LUC.
Sending your son
LUK, Luke Oil.
anywhere
There's
without
also
you
there's a
is
restaurant called
super
something
scary,
Luke,
Yeah.
and it's LUK.
in real life and in Dungeons and
So
Dragons.
Have you
LUK
ever
I've
sent
seen.
your
I've not
son
seen.
with
Well, else I
someone
think
like
I've seen
that you
LUC
did?
too. But I always
cream.
seen it spelled like Luke Skywalker.
He seemed legit at the time.
Friendly.
He had a great playlist.
Yeah.
My
There's
God.
a really creepy ice cream man that drives around at like 9 p.m. really close to where I live. It freaks me out every single night.
That is weird.
Literally, I'm telling a very real story right
What'd
now.
you do with that shotgun I gave you?
That is bizarre. An ice cream man
people
that
that
goes
you
around
say,
at
"Show
9
this
o'clock at
off."
night.
Oh yeah. So wait, Liam, do you know who did this?
Where do you
on
live,
the bottom.
Danny? I feel like that's something
Oh,
that would happen
careful.
around like shore
Careful.
towns.
This is
and
a
stuff.
beautiful objet d'art that was given to us, sent in
Yeah,
by
we got it today.
someone. It says not the brain, lots of love from
My head.
Oh, I don't want to break it. It's so
Careful.
fragile.
Careful.
Marissa. Well, I don't know. Am I allowed to say her name on the air? Did
Is
she
there
give
like
me-
an at or a maybe they're okay with it?
Marissa M? Marissa,
Yeah, that's fine. Marissa
Meese?
M sent it in.
There would most likely, not
Okay, Marissa
definitely.
Meese. It's amazing. There's no at, but
It's very
it is
well done.
Truly
It's detailed.
amazing
Fuck, man.
and
So pretty.
What is
so,
it called?
so dainty. The feet.
So bizarre.
the
I mean, I like it.
wrappings,
It's really
there's
well done.
layers under here. I mean, there's
Be
little
careful.
knickknacks and
Be gentle.
doodads, the ears, the hair. It's really.
It looks like a gremlin. It looks like
the
the lady
I
gremlin
am
from
taking that home.
Gremlins 2. I was
I'm
gonna
taking
say
that home.
Ghostbusters 2.
I'm gonna put it in my medicine cabinet so that when
Okay.
people open it,
That would be
they'll stay away
terrifying.
from my fucking pills.
Could you imagine?
Do you do that, by
You
the
put that in
way?
your medicine
What?
cabinet?
When you go over to visit a friend's house, do you go through their medicine cabinet?
Did you read my book?
No.
Oh, I talk about it in my book.
Really?
I used to.
Yeah. I still
Used
do.
to.
Oh, he is.
You
See,
do?
I have.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I've never
used
done
to.
that.
Guest bathroom,
But I
I'm
have
gonna
had
open it up
friends
and
who
see
are
what's
like
in there.
I
addicted
used
to
to, and if they had
painkillers
something
and
I like,
Adderall and stuff
I'm
like
gonna
that.
laugh my ass off.
And they
There's
would
a
tell me
code,
they
though.
would literally
if I would look through all the
try to
shit,
go
and
to
if they had
certain
something I
people's
liked,
houses to hang out
if
so
there
they
was
could raid
more
their
than, like,
medicine cabinet
15
and steal
pills
their
in there,
drugs.
then I would
They were
take a
that.
few. If there
I
was,
mean,
like,
it's
3
not a
left,
surprise. They were that
I would leave
addicted.
them.
You were stealing from your friends.
Is that? I thought that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
he was
Yes.
stealing
You were
medication
stealing
from his friends.
narcotics
That's
from your
I
friends.
had
Not from
friends
my
that would do
friends.
this.
If I went to
I
someone
literally had a
else's
friend
house
specifically
that
with
I didn't know,
Adderall.
for a party, if I
They would
was
be
to,
like,
strangers.
"Yo, let's go to so and so's
Absolutely.
house," and
Less
that meant
consequences if you
I need
Ryan
to steal Adderall.
Foster definitely endorses Liam O'Brien
But same
for
thing.
president.
No one
Do you
ever
know why?
steals it if it's
Do you know
like
why?
3 pills or less
stopped
because
doing
it's
all
too
that shit
noticeable.
the
You
day I
hope
met
there's
him.
like full bottles.
The day you
Because
met
usually other people
Liam
taking it don't
O'Brien?
keep track
stopped
pill to
doing
pill.
all of
Some
that.
people
Caught you
do.
doing it at his house?
But
Nope, because he caught me doing it at Travis's house.
oh my god.
Liam.
Yes.
But see, most
Answer this
people will
question
realize
before
you
we
have a
dig
problem
deeper to find out
and
if
try
that
to
story
help
is
you
true
rather
from
than free. I mean, some people will freak out on you too.
Fandom? Ash?
But if they're good friends, they'll be
In
like,
an-
dude,
in
you have
fandom.
they'll
Fandom.
understand it's not personal, but still, that's when
couple of
you're
episodes,
getting to a low point. That's a low
Caleb's
point.
made an effort to tell Bo and Ford that he cares for them from way back when Caleb had had a hit it and quit
At least
it
Brian could
mentality
joke about it, and
regarding
he wrote
staying
in
with
his
the Mighty
book.
Nine. What
That's
has
usually
changed the
like you
most?
faced the demons.
Hit it and quit it mentality.
Yeah, it's changed. It's definitely changed. And I think that he has quiet moments where he's afraid that circumstance will put him with his new friends. He'll be in circumstances where he will be too tempted, like an addict, Brian. He'll be tempted to do things that he shouldn't. Like all those desires.
I mean,
those
Liam's
wants
not
that
wrong.
that
I just
he
think it's
has
funny.
had,
He's like
he
an
still has
addict,
them. He just
Brian.
now has people that he
You.
cares about at the same time. So, like man.
So what's his civilizing aspect then? Is it the friendship? Is it the... I've always wondered that for some reason the thing with him and Not was his civilizing aspect. It was the thing that kept him from going, because you're already like, I'm a piece of shit. But you're not, I'm an irredeemable piece of shit. And I feel like the Not thing is one of those civilizing aspects for you.
He still thinks he's irredeemable, but Not was one person that he traveled with for a while that kept him from being a total mess. But that wasn't enough
But
to get him to where he is now.
really think
This could be the last
actually
question. There could be one
irredeemable,
more.
though.
This could be the last question.
You can't tell
I'm
me
still
that's
very
100%
curious.
true. He's got to have
Yeah,
something
look
in
where
there
we're
that
at.
says.
What is the last-
even
I
since the
know I've
journeys
said it 500
began
times.
that
I'm
we've
just
been
so curious
watching,
what this last
he has
11
done some
minutes is.
stuff, and he
We haven't
has
had it over an hour
opened
in
himself
months.
up in certain ways.
But even if he saves 100 lives, he is still going to choke on the thing that he did.
True.
I think
would
that,
agree with that.
there's a couple of things that he could do. There's one or two paths that would make him feel like he had atoned on some level, but still wouldn't feel good about himself. And one or two versions of the road where he could find balance. But he would never be, he would never, even if he grabbed that brass ring, he would never, I don't know, he'd never let his shoulders down entirely. I don't know, we'd have to see what would happen if that even happened, and I don't have a lot of faith that it will. And I didn't set out thinking like I'll only be satisfied if I reach that brass ring. I kind of think that the more likely scenario is that he won't, and that's kind of why I constructed this ship to ride in.
I
Sam, is
hope
there
we
a thing
do.
you could multi-class into that could be powerful enough to cast a spell to make Caleb love himself? Did I just give away the last episode of Campaign 2?
That's it. You just
I didn't
ruined
send you
everything.
guys the
Thanks,
script yet
Brian.
because I heard
Good
the
night.
fax machine was broken. I only send stuff by fax. It's untraceable.
That's true. That is true.
Tell me your thoughts on what he just said.
I was listening to what he was saying and thinking that, if the I just find it interesting that the sort of the theme of this campaign is atonement and reconciliation. Like the first campaign's theme was like finding family, trusting each other, and there's a fair
Looking hot while doing cool shit.
for sure, but
It's definitely a way
finding
different
family.
dynamic. We've talked
and
about
there's
this
some of
many
that
times.
in this
Vox
campaign also, but
These
find it
are like a
interesting
team
that
of
all of the
mercenaries that get
characters in
along.
some
Vox was
way
like, I don't
are
know,
either
but at this
atoning or
point we're sort of turning
reconciling
into
something in their
what Vox
past.
was, or if not
And
already
it's-
are turned into it.
it's going to be just it's interesting. It's so interesting to see, like, as the Mighty Nine takes steps forward, who in the party is letting go of the past or overcoming the past, or taking steps towards resolving their past. And everyone's at a different stage, and it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Caleb will ever reach the end.
I want to know what Frumpkin's atoning
But it's
for.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, management's here.
Stand between my two dads.
Sure.
My
Oh,
two
management
dads.
decided to come on right in. Hey, nice shirt, Mark.
International
I'm wearing the
guest.
same shirt as you. I guess we both shop at the same. We both shop
All
at
right.
the same places.
Stop doing
We're-
the bit.
Liam,
He's still
Liam,
doing
by
the
way,
bit.
if you're just joining us, Liam,
Because Mark came in and
canonically does
introed.
not like Mark.
This is fake now.
This is all fake
Yeah,
affection.
canonically,
See, is
me
this
and Liam
planned?
are
I
married,
mean,
and
we knew he
canonically,
was
Mark
here,
and Liam
but they
are
almost
bitter
acted like,
enemies.
oh, look who's here. Like,
don't
what's
like
about to
foreigners.
happen?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Don't like foreigners. These are all things that
I
we
don't
should be
like
using in a
foreigners.
campaign.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
Use that as
talking
campaign.
to you. You don't look at any of my PowerPoints.
He doesn't know how to scroll to the right
It's true.
on the computer.
I have charts, Sam.
That's true.
Mark, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm having a good time.
You were broadcasting from the Stream of Deceit this weekend.
The stream of descent.
I don't know what Mark's going to talk about. At the end there, we got Mark. He was Callie. He sits down. They start talking about something else. It's obviously over. We're over an hour. So they've never extended over an hour in the last several months since Geek and Sundry has ended. But I love Sam and Liam. I love that we got the two of them together. Sam makes sense. Anybody else would have fit. Ashley Johnson might have made the most sense besides Ford, but I feel like Travis and Ashley have been on more than anybody in the last couple of weeks. So it makes sense they'd throw Liam on. Liam and Sam are best friends. Interesting answers by both of them. We had the Sammy Sam instead of the Danny Cam. We had fan art of the week way earlier before Brian even introduced it. And we also had the first ever cosplay of the week, which was Bo, of all things, my favorite character. Thought it looked great. My favorite one yet, because it's the only one. But on that note, I'm jumping in to episode 64 tomorrow. I'm going to edit this up before I go to sleep. And then I'm done for today. You want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see every episode of Campaign 2 has a Patreon hour exclusive. Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Legend of Korra, Death Note, last seasons of Barry and Ted Lasso, potentially ending in 3 weeks. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.